Welcome back to the channel. I'm super excited about today's topic because I feel like it's something that we can all relate to, myself included. And that is the secret or hidden benefits that you're getting from telling yourself that you're stuck or you're off track or you can't get it together, and what you're actually gaining from being stuck. And I'm going to break down three really specific ways that being stuck or holding ourselves back is actually benefiting us and what we're getting from that when we feel stuck. My name is Amanda, and I help women over 35 reach their weight loss goals by balancing their hormones and boosting their metabolism so that weight loss doesn't have to feel so damn difficult. Okay, so if you've ever been in that space, we all have, like I said, myself included, where we know what to do, we know we need to make a change, we want to make a change, but it just feels like for whatever reason, we just like can't get there. We can't move past that. And I hope that these three mini topics that I'm going to talk about today really help you understand where that might be coming from. And more importantly, helps you push past some of these blocks that you're feeling so that you can finally make the changes that you've been so desperately wanting to make. Okay, number one, staying stuck allows us to avoid discomfort. It allows us to stay comfortable. It allows us to not have to get too uncomfortable because here's the thing, and you all know this if you struggled with your weight or if you feel like weight loss is hard for you, losing weight is difficult. It's uncomfortable, it's challenging. It doesn't just melt off. And if it does, this probably isn't the right channel for you. If weight loss is just simple for you and it's something that like you don't have to work very hard at. It's uncomfortable. It takes effort. It takes change. It takes consistency. It takes time. It takes all of these things that we don't want to do. And being uncomfortable is one of those things that we just have to allow ourselves to get comfortable being uncomfortable with because there's no way around it. If you want to make a change, there is going to be discomfort. There is going to be things that you have to do that maybe you don't want to do in that moment. Maybe you ultimately want the thing, you want the progress, you want the scale to go down, you want to reach your goal weight, but in the moment, you don't want to be uncomfortable. You don't want to do the uncomfortable things it's going to take in order to get you there. The other thing with weight loss is that most of the time, the amount of effort that you have to put in the beginning doesn't translate to what you're seeing on the scale or feeling in your body. So let's take the first 2 weeks, for example. It feels so hard and so challenging because you're making all these changes. Maybe you're meal prepping, maybe you're getting your steps in, maybe you're, not eating after dinner anymore. You're cutting out the fast food, you're cutting out the ice cream, you're cutting out some snacks, and you're putting in all this work, you're putting in all this effort. And let's say you do that for 2 full weeks, right? You're making all these changes, you're doing all these things, you're like, I'm doing it, I'm getting uncomfortable. And then you get on the scale and it's like, you're down 2 pounds. And you're like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, what does that do? My clothes are still tight. I still don't feel confident in my body. I have so much farther to go. And that was so much effort and so uncomfortable. And it's like, well, I don't want to keep on doing that. Like, it's barely even working, anyways. But here's the thing. How often have we said, oh my God, time is just flying by? It's June right now when I'm recording this video. And I know in a few short months, we're going to be like, where did the summer go? How is it September? Before we know it, it's going to be Christmas time, right? Like we've all said that. We all say how fast time goes and how quickly things pass. So the time is going to pass anyways. You might as well get uncomfortable, get outside your comfort zone, and reach the goals that you really want to reach for yourself. Because here's the thing with discomfort. Yes, it's uncomfortable in the beginning. Yes, it's hard in the beginning. Yes, you have to do things consistently that you don't want to do, and you have to keep on showing up for yourself even when you don't want to. But it's not always going to feel like that. It's eventually going to just be part of your routine. Just be what you do. Just be your habits. And it's going to feel a whole heck of a lot easier. Now, I'll be the first to admit I still don't like going to the gym. I actually hate going to the gym. It's just, I'm just like not, that's just not my favorite thing to do. I do it, I go 3 to 4 days a week, I make it happen. It's part of my routine. I've been very consistent with it for the last few years, but I don't like doing it. But it's a heck of a lot easier for me to get there now than it was in the beginning. So you don't always have to like everything that you're doing. You just have to get it into your routine and build that muscle that you're the type of person that does things even when you don't want to for a goal that you really want to achieve. So being uncomfortable is part of the process. It's part of what makes getting to the goal so great because you did all of these little things that made you so uncomfortable along the way and you stuck with it and you actually got to your goals. Being stuck also allows you to just do the things that you ultimately want to do. Maybe you ultimately just want to drink wine on a Friday night and watch TV. Maybe you ultimately just want to order takeout a couple days a week so that you don't have to cook dinner. Maybe you ultimately just want to snack on chips or ice cream or whatever it might be in the evenings, especially after a hard day. And so when we say no to the goals that we have, and when we tell ourselves that we're stuck or in a rut or off track, we get to continue to do those things that we ultimately want to do. And again, it's uncomfortable to change those things. And so that's what keeps us in this loop. So I hope that makes sense. That's the first one. Staying stuck allows you to stay comfortable and prevents you from getting uncomfortable. Okay, let's move on from that one. Number two, staying stuck allows you to avoid responsibility. Think of all of the excuses that you've allowed come into your life. You've allowed yourself to say, you've allowed yourself to let be true so that you don't have to continue to focus on the thing that you ultimately want. So maybe for you, it's like, oh, you know what? My schedule is just crazy right now. I can't possibly work on my health right now because my schedule is just crazy. Or, you know what, just with the kids right now, I don't have time to focus on this. I don't have time for myself. Maybe someday when the kids are older, I'll have time to focus on myself. Or maybe you've blamed something in your body. Maybe you've blamed your hormones or your age or the fact that you've gone through menopause, or maybe you're in perimenopause and you're just like, you know what? This just isn't going to happen for me now. It's not my fault. My hormones are out of whack and things are changing in my body. It's so much harder for me right now. And this just isn't going to work for me. Here's the thing. All of those things can be true. You can have a busy schedule. You can be busy with the kids. You can have aging hormones and an aging body and things happening in your body and still find ways to make it work if it's important to you. Because I promise you, there are people out there with busy schedules who are making their health a priority. There are people out there with young kids who are making their health a priority. There are people out there who have aging hormones, who have gone through menopause, who are making changes to their health and to their body. I work with them every single day. I promise you, people are making it happen. And so it's not like we pretend those things aren't true and we just convince ourselves that they're not true. And we try and say, well, I guess I'll just pretend like I'm not going through menopause or pretend like I have all this extra time on my hands. No, it's not pretending that you don't have those things. It's like, I have those things and this is important to me and I'm going to make it happen. Because the thing is it will never be easy and it will never just seamlessly fit into your lifestyle until you make it a priority, until you put your foot down and make the no nonsense decision to go all in. Going all in doesn't mean being perfect or trying to white knuckle your way to success. It just means that I'm going to take step after step after step after step to get there, even though I have some of these things that have been holding me back. Because as soon as you take responsibility and as soon as you stop allowing other things in your life to dictate how you want to feel every single day, the sooner you get your power back. And it's so freeing to have your power and to feel like, you know what, I do have a lot more control. Because how disempowering is it to feel like, guess my hormones are out of whack, guess I'm screwed now, like, guess I can't do anything about it. Like, that's such a disempowering place to be, as opposed to, you know what, my hormones have changed. My body is going through changes, and this is still really important to me. So I'm going to figure out how to make it happen and how to make it work for myself because I know there are other people who've done the same thing. Again, once you take responsibility, you take your power back, and it is so empowering to do the thing in spite of the things that are holding you back or that have been keeping you stuck. So take responsibility for yourself. I promise you, there is always, always, always something you can do to get your health back on track. I work with women every single day who put their health first, make it a priority, even when they have some of those things getting in their way. Okay, number three is staying stuck allows you to hold on to this identity that you've been holding on to. So, a couple that you might relate to and that I have had is I'm just somebody with a slow metabolism. Weight is just harder for me to lose. It's harder for me to lose weight than it is for anyone else. I was convinced that for my whole life that it was like way harder for me. No one else had it as hard as I did to lose weight. I had to work so much harder than other people did to lose weight. That was the story that I was telling myself. I also was telling myself, I just have stronger sugar cravings. Like, I don't know, I just have a sweet tooth. Ice cream and birthday cake and cookies and you name it, like, I want the sugar. And I don't know, like, not everyone's like that. It's not my fault that I just have stronger sugar cravings. I had all these stories in my head and all these pieces of identity that until I was willing to like let that go, it was really hard for me to sort of change my behaviors. And when I was like, you know what? Okay, maybe I do have a slow metabolism because genetics do play a role in your metabolism. I'm not trying to discount that. However, there are still so many things that we can do, including diet and lifestyle, that improve our metabolism. That when I just got serious about it and just learned to figure out how metabolism actually worked, and that I could actually speed up my metabolism and I could actually rebalance my hormones through food and lifestyle, everything became so much easier. But if I was just stuck in those old stories of I have a slow metabolism and higher sugar cravings and I've just always been this way and my family's this way, so I'm just going to be this way forever. I mean, that's again, it's disempowering, right? And when we constantly tell ourselves that, we look for ways for that to be true. When weight loss gets a little bit hard for us, we're like, see, I knew it. I knew it was harder for me than everyone else. So and so lost 2 pounds in the first week and I only lost one. So, this is so much harder for me. It's like, okay, again, maybe you do have a slow metabolism. That's okay, but you can still take your power back and still understand that there are so many things that you can do to reach your goal and to speed up your metabolism and do the things that you need to do in order to make the progress that you want to make. Um, so I hope that helps. I don't know if you can relate to any of those, if any of those sort of rung true for you. But at the end of the day, it's so important to understand that if you're feeling stuck or if you've just been somebody who, and I've totally been here before too, it's like you're perpetually stuck. You make progress for a little bit of time and then you're stuck again. And then you make a little bit of progress and then you're stuck again. You're experiencing some sort of block. Something is getting in your way and you have to come to terms with what that is. Is it number one, that you don't want to be uncomfortable and staying stuck prevents you from being uncomfortable? Is it that it allows you to not have to take responsibility and it allows you to blame outside circumstances like your work or your schedule or your kids or your hormones, something that you feel like you can't change? Or is it number three, you're stuck in your identity. You're stuck in some of these old stories that you've been telling yourself, and it feels really hard to get yourself out of those stories and to get yourself in this new identity of being someone who has healthy habits and does healthy things and does work out and does prioritize meal prepping and does prioritize healthy foods. And so if you've been struggling, if you are someone who feels like, you know what, that is 100% me, I am perpetually stuck. I can make progress for a little bit and then I'm back on falling off the wagon. I'm always on and off this wagon. Book a call with me at the link below. I'd love to chat with you. I have been stuck more times than you will understand. And I totally know what it feels like to want to make progress, but just feel like you're getting in your own way. I have an 8-week weight loss program for women called Mindset and Metabolism, and I'd love to help you reach weight loss goals by walking you step by step by step through the mindset pieces, the behavior changes, and all of the little things that you can do to boost up your metabolism so that this doesn't have to feel so difficult for you. So, again, book a call at the link below if you'd want to chat, and I would love to learn more about you.